Hello everyone, I'm Sara and welcome back to my crochet channel. Today is a very exciting day because this is the first time I have ever gone live on YouTube. It's very exciting for me. It's a learning curve. I made my husband stay with me up until it went live. Well, I know it's different. It's not what we're used to, but hey, it's fun and change can be fun. Well, today, as I have shown you, it is I Love Yarn Day. And you bet you're wondering, why do we need a holiday for I Love Yarn Day? Well, why not? Hello, everyone. I see you coming in. Cheryl and Tammy and Stephanie, Diana and Michelle, thank you for coming on board, Georgiana. Now, I want to tell you, if you have never watched one of my videos here on YouTube, like I said, this is the first time that we've gone live, and it's super fun. And we're trying to think about making a change to doing some more live videos over here on YouTube. Now, one of the traditions that we do when we do coffee and crochet with Sara is we do a clink-in. And so I've got my coffee and crochet with Sara mug, and we just clinkety, clink, clink, clink. And all that means is you're clinking in, saying you're here. And I'm so glad that you're all here. Looks like a bunch more of you are joining in. Kathy, Carol, let's see, Tina, Beverly, Jerry, Lori, Donna, Barbara. So glad you're here with me today. And this is our I Love Yarn celebration. And so what is I Love Yarn celebration? Well, the second Saturday in October from now on, it started in 2011, is I Love Yarn Day. And it's a fun day to celebrate. I knocked the straw out of my coffee. It's a super fun day to celebrate loving yarn. And yarn is something we all use to do crafts. We love yarn because it gives us the opportunity to knit, to crochet, to do lots of fun and different crafts. So, one of the crafts that I love to make is this. And this is my I Love Yarn stuffy. I've got one right there behind me. And also, I'm going the wrong direction there. One over there. And this is just a fun little stuffy that I love to have around. And you can find this pattern on my YouTube channel as well. Now, let's talk about what is I Love Yarn Day and how we can celebrate it, okay? So let me give you a little bit of history real quick, and then you can understand a little bit about what is I Love Yarn Day. Okay, so let me read to you what I found on this website, the Craft Yarn Council. It says, I Love Yarn Day was founded in 2011, and it's to spread the love of yarn crafts for all generations to come. And this is very important. The reason it's important is we don't want our craft to die. We want to teach the youngins all about yarn, all about crochet, all about knitting, all about all the fun things, yarn dyeing and how yarn is made, and all of those things, and pass it on to the next generations. And I think that is super cool. And one thing that you can do to help spread the yarn love is to use the hashtag of course, I Love Yarn 2021 or I Love Yarn. Post a picture of something that you've made and use that hashtag, and that'll spread it along. Okay, now, some things that we can do. One of the things that we can do is yarn bomb. Do you know what yarn bombing is? It's where you just hang up some of your yarn, not yarn, some of your crochet crafts or knitting or something that you've made for somebody else, and you can pass that along. You can put it out there in the world for people to see, admire, and enjoy. A lot of people will put it on lampposts and trees and different places. One thing I do want to say, that if you do some yarn bombing, be sure and go back and take it down. because it can be, a mess after a couple days, especially if you have a rain. Okay, so another thing that you can do, of course, is to teach someone who's wanting to learn to crochet or to knit or any of our fun yarn crafts. Weaving is another way to learn, or something other to learn. And one of the things that I have done that's super fun is some yarn dyeing. I have dyed yarn with Kool-Aid. I have dyed yarn with coffee. And I've got a couple of different videos out there on some of those things. But I've also done just some regular yarn knitting. I mean, not yarn knitting, yarn dyeing. And it's very, very messy. I really appreciate those people who dye the yarn so I don't have to. It is really messy. But it's also a lot of fun. All right, so now, if you don't know who I am, because you've never watched any of my videos before, my name is Sara, Sach. I am the owner of Posh, Pooch Designs. And when I first started doing crochet patterns, I did mostly things for dogs and animals. Well, I have branched out in the last few years, and I've been doing this for many years, and I began crocheting when I was 15, and that was many, many years ago. I'm not going to tell you how many. But anyway, you can find all of my patterns and videos on my YouTube channel in my playlists. And I have lots of different things. I have things for the kitchen and bath. I have crochet patterns, of course, for pets and animals. I have crochet patterns that are hats and scarves and cowls and lots of fun stuffies as well. And a good, grouping of different types of things. And I really encourage you to go to my YouTube channel and check out my playlist. I'm sure you'll find lots of fun things that you'll love to crochet. Now, what I do each week is on Monday, I usually release a new crochet pattern with a tutorial, and I always try to have a photo tutorial on the blog to go along with my YouTube video. Then on Tuesday, I try to have my what I call Coffee and Crochet with Sara podcast. And we've been doing them over on Facebook, but with all the Facebook changes, it's just not working with what I have going on with my broadcasting apps and everything else. And that's why I wanted to try to do a live video here on YouTube today. It's different. It's not what I'm used to, but it's still a lot of fun. And I'm really loving all the comments that I'm seeing here. I really love it. Oh, I just saw somebody say they love my glasses. These are brand new. This is the first time I've used them live. I love them. They're big and roomy, and I love, the crystals on there and the rose gold on the sides. So yeah, thank you. I love them too. Just call me Grandma. My grandkids call me Oma, but you can call me Grandma. So anyway, and then I try on either Wednesday or Thursday to put out another YouTube tutorial crochet pattern. And I usually do 2 a week like that, Monday and Wednesday or Thursday. And then on Friday, we do what's called Friday Fun with Sara. And what I've tried to do on Fridays is to come up with a smaller project, not always smaller, but a project that we can do, but it isn't always completely crochet. One Friday, we learned how to make t-shirt yarn or tarn and things like that. I've also done walks through my garden because I do love to garden. And things like that. So Friday Fun Day is just a little bit different. But a lot of times we will do crochet. It'll just be added to something else. Or about yarn or something like that. And so that's pretty much the way the week goes. Monday, usually a video tutorial. Tuesday, the Coffee and Crochet with Sara podcast. Wednesday or Thursday. I don't do both days. One or the other, I'll release another YouTube video tutorial. And then on Friday is Friday Fun. Oh my goodness, so many comments. I'm so happy to see that. I'm trying to look through. Sara, do you still have your favorite purple crochet hook? I do. I lost it for a while. when I was 15, I got that purple crochet hook. It's one of the boy styles. It's the H hook, like she said. And yes, I lost it for a while. You know where I found it? In the couch cushions. It was down in the couch cushions and I found it. I don't crochet with it. I've got it set aside because I've just had it forever. And I mean, forever. All right, let me look through here, see if there's any other comments. Thank you for saying you love my glasses. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, someone says, it doesn't matter where, we always see your videos. It is part of our crochet life. Thank you. You know, my goal in life is for my videos, and I say they're ours, because like I always say, I can't do this without all of you guys watching. I can't. You all are a part of this. And my goal is to spread what I call the crochet joy. You know, I love to crochet. I love seeing kids like Jonah's hands crochet, because that tells you that it's not just for little kids. I said that backwards. That tells you it's not just for us old grandmas. Anybody can crochet. And I love that. And it's not an expensive art. You can go to your local Walmart, pick up for a couple of bucks a crochet hook, some inexpensive yarn, and start practicing and learning. It's just, I want to pass it on, but also I want our videos to be uplifting and kind and encouraging. And that's why also on Tuesdays, I try to do what I call a shout out. And that's for other crochet and craft bloggers and YouTubers, so you all can find them as well. And I want to be an encouragement to them. People who may not have been doing it very long, or even people that have been doing it for a long time. I just want other crafters, YouTubers, and crocheters to know that I'm not your competition. I'm your cheerleader. I want to cheer you on, and I want you to do well. And the same thing with all of you all. Seeing all these comments and all these things come up, I love it. I just love it, because that's telling me you love crochet. And, you know, Happy Yarn Day isn't just for us crocheters, so let me get that clear too. Knitters, weavers, you know, anyone who has anything to do with yarn. Yarn is amazing, because you can take a crochet hook or two knitting needles or a needle or whatever and some yarn and make a beautiful art project. And I always say that, you know, crochet especially, because that's where my heart is mostly, although I do a lot of other things as well. But it's an ever-changing art, and knitting's the same way. Any medium that you're using yarn with, it changes all the time. And it's an art. There's new stitches, new techniques, new ways of doing things. And it's so funny, because many years ago, when I was learning to crochet, some of the stitches that are out now were out then. They've just renamed them, you know. And there's some of them that has 3 or 4 different names, but I don't care. That just tells me people are using yarn and crochet. And one of the other things that is so important to me is that yarn and crafts like this are so healing for you. You know, when you've had a rough day at work, you can come on home and crochet. You can pick up your knitting or your crochet and just crochet. Forget the world, you know, family issues, friend issues, life issues. You can set those things aside for a while, and you can just sit down with your yarn and your knitting needles or your crochet hook or whatever you're working on, and just set those things aside for a while and concentrate on that and just kind of forget it for a while. And it can be very healing for you. And it is for me. It is for me. So, can you show us the baby blanket with the toy behind you? Well, there are a whole bunch of them back there. And I'll tell you, all of those things are on my YouTube channel. The doll that's sitting there, that's inside the little basket, that's the Sweet Baby doll. She has a basket that's sitting there, as well as a baby blanket that goes with it. And then if you're talking about the fuzzy baby blanket down here, that is the fuzzy Lovey, and it's made with using like a Beanie Boo or a stuffed toy, where you can slide it in and out. And you can use it as a baby blanket, but it's not intended to cover up a baby with. It's just intended for them to cuddle. And then the stuffed baby can come in and out, and they can play with it if they want to. All right, let me see if there's any other questions here. Let's see, let's see. Oh, she's talking about my Oma's curlers hat. It is super easy to make, and it has been one of the best patterns. People have really, really loved it, and I love it too. I love putting it on around Halloween and walking around Walmart. Because it's just, you know, the gray hat and the curlers. And I actually, the first hat I did with the pink curlers. And then I got a package of curlers that had all different colors in there. And they're a buck at the Dollar Tree, or I think Dollar General has them for $1.99. And you just wrap yarn around it and then sew the curlers on however you want. And it's just hilarious. Super funny. Okay, let's see. Looking at the one in the plastic holder. Oh, that is a yarn kit. That reminds me, I was going to talk about this on Tuesday. The one in the plastic container back here, I got 3 of those from Hirschner's. They were $9.99 a piece, and it's a stuffed baby, and its arms are like this. And then it comes with a big skein of yarn and a pattern. And you can use the pattern that comes with it, or you can use your own. Okay? But I noticed I got my Mary Maxim catalog this week, and they're $14.99 because they're originally $27.99. So if you want to get some of those, they're $14.99 in the Mary Maxim catalog. So go to marymaxim.com and you can find them there for $14.99. And they have 6 of them listed. There's a bear, I think a kitty, a lamb, a bunny, a monkey, and a dog. And they all come with a big skein of yarn. But I'm not going to run back there and get it because I'm afraid I'll have an avalanche of yarn. I got that stuff piled over there. I actually took a few minutes today and cleaned up my yarn room, even though you would not believe the shape this room was in. I have this terrible habit of when I finish a project, the yarn that's left over, I have a basket over here. I just toss it in the basket. And I usually use my winder and wind them up and everything, and I hadn't done that lately, and it was quite the mess. All right, let me see if I can get any more questions in. How am I feeling? Fine, fantastic. Okay. Do I have a favorite yarn? I talked about this the other day. Right now, my favorite yarn is, I think it's Craft Smart yarn from Michaels. And I'm actually working on a pattern for Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. It's my blessing shawl. And I'm going to update the pattern with a new video, and I'm using the striping yarn from Michaels. It is, I used to super love the Red Heart Soft and the Red Heart with Love. And this yarn from Michaels, give me a second, I'm getting dry. The yarn from Michaels has gotten so much better. I've always liked their Impeccable, but their Craft, I think it's Craft Smart. I might be saying the name wrong, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it is. Craft Smart. They have striping, they have solids, they have variegated, and they have I think a speckle or a spot or something like that, or a dot. It's super, really soft. And so I've just really, really liked it. The Christmas yarn, I think it's called Berries and Ivy, is Craft Smart that I'm going to be using the first week of November for our crochet along for our Christmas tree skirt. So, yeah, that's my favorite yarn right now. Although I do have a tendency to really love the chunky yarns. And I think because you can work up a project really fast when it's chunky. And I love making stuffies with chunky yarn. Like this one here is with a blanket yarn. I love making stuffies with these with the blanket yarn. Now, if you want this pattern, you can find it on my YouTube video as well. I also have a coaster that's shaped like yarn, but I sent it to one of my winners, and so I don't have it. Okay. Let's see. How do you decide what yarn goes best with each project? Okay, I'm going to tell you a little secret about me. I usually pick the yarn first, and then I come up with a design. One of the things I like to do, and it's really weird, is I love to go into the yarn stores and I just walk down the aisles and I almost just let the yarn speak to me. You know, I'll I'll walk up and I'll see these beautiful colors and I'm like, oh, I know what I'm going to do with that. You know, it's more of I see the yarn first and then it speaks to me. Unless it's something really small, then I sort of look in my stash and see what I can do. One of my weaknesses, though, really is I love the cake yarn with the long striping yarn. And a lot of people don't care for that. I absolutely love it. I love using it, like for this one behind me. This one here is a new leaf wrap shawl. And I saw this yarn and immediately I knew I wanted to make a wrap shawl because it has like the long striping. It's not variegated. It's long striping yarn colors in it. And I really like it. I love a lot of times the colors they put together, I'm thinking, I would not have put that together. And then it turns out absolutely gorgeous. And so that's one of my weaknesses, one of my favorite things is the cake yarns with the long striping yarns. And I love cake yarns because they're so easy to start the pull in the center and just keep going. Okay. Let's see. Do you have a tutorial on how to join granny squares? Yes, I do. I have a couple of them. I have a continuous join tutorial on how to join granny squares. I have a tutorial on how to continuously join granny squares in order to make a blanket. And then I also have several different ones on how to join granny squares. And in reality, there are thousands of ways to join them, and it just depends on the look that you're looking for. But I do have several of those. All right, let's see. Okay. I do have several Christmas stuffies. I have a Christmas tree that we did last year. I have a pillow. Right there, see it? One side is Santa, the other side is an elf. And so I do have some neat Christmas things coming up. I have to tell you a really funny story. One of my favorite yarns to use as far as fibers is cotton. And my OCD's clicking in, my blanket was crooked. But anyway, I decided I was going to clean out I have these baskets that have all kinds of cotton in them. And I told my husband, I said, I need to clean these out, get this straightened up. So I'm going through, and I found an entire basket worth of Christmas cotton yarn, variegated striping, all kinds. And I almost bought some the other day when I was at Michael's, so I'm really glad I didn't. He's like, you have so much yarn, you don't even know what you've got. I said, I know, but I like buying it. I love it. I love the way it looks. And anyway, you know, those of you who love yarn like I do. Do you have any holiday wreath patterns? I have done some, but I don't have like a big wreath for the door all done in crochet. I really recommend you go to Repeat Crafter Me. She does amazing wreaths. She has a lot of really pretty ones. And I like what she does in that she like makes the wreath and then adds all the pieces. And I've done a lot of hers. So, and another one that I did, I don't have a video on it, but I do have a blog where I took a lot of my leftover Christmas yarns and I rolled it over styrofoam balls. And then I took it with hot glue and just placed it in all different ways. And then I made a big crochet ribbon and it turned out so pretty. I do have a blog on how to do that. All right, let me see if there's any more questions. We're going on about 23 minutes here. All righty. All right. She says, I want to make different keychains. I do have a few, but really what I do recommend if you want to make keychains, whether Christmas or holiday or whatever, some of the people that are doing more of the Ami-Jarami is what I call it. Little baby stuff things. I can never say it correctly. But anyway, one of them, oh, I wish I could think of her name all of a sudden. But those work really great. I don't do a lot of those little tiny stuffed ones because my hands can't handle the really small, tight crocheting. Because I do have a little bit of arthritis, mainly in my thumbs. And that's why if you watch my video from last Tuesday, I showed you how to do a bunch of exercises that help with that. That might be something good to look at. Okay, let's see. the wind spinners. Aren't those amazing? I have not made one yet, but I love all the ones that people are posting. And it looks like a really fun, simple pattern. So I may have to make one of her patterns. There's several different videos. I'll have to check out which one I like. But yeah, I think they're super pretty, and there's a lot of really neat things that you can do. I know this is, a lot of you are saying I just got home just in time. I know that this isn't the time I normally do this. And of course, I don't normally do a live video on YouTube or even on Saturday. But I wanted, like I said, I wanted to give it a try, see how it's going to go, because I've been having some issues with my broadcasting software with Facebook and internet and different things, and they're making a lot of changes over there. And I have a lot of wonderful people that I just love that follow me on Facebook. And I have a lot of wonderful people that I just love that follow me here on YouTube. And so what I was doing is I was doing it live on Facebook and then editing it and putting it over here on YouTube. And so I'm really enjoying this. I'm loving all the questions and all of the comments. And I hope that there's a lot of names that I can't honestly say that I've seen before. And I'm super glad that you're here. I'm super glad that you are commenting. And I love that. And really take a minute or two and subscribe to my channel. And you can also find me on Instagram. You can find me on Etsy, on Ravelry, Twitter. And I usually have all of those links underneath my video. And if I can do that when this is done, I'll do that as well. But all you have to do is go to my YouTube channel and you can find all of those links to wherever you can find me. And so I think on that note, I'm going to let you go. But before I do, I just want to thank you for watching this video today and tuning in live. It's been a lot of fun, and I love answering your questions. And oh, the other thing I wanted to mention is the first Tuesday of every month, I announce a monthly giveaway. And all you have to do to be involved or entered in the giveaway is to comment on that particular video, which was this last Tuesday. Okay? And then 2 weeks from that Tuesday, I announce the winner. And the way the winner is picked is it's just a random thing. We put it in a random generator and whatever name comes up. And then I'll announce your name. And then, of course, from there, I'll tell you what to do. But I did want to let you all know about that. I do what I call a monthly giveaway. And I put together something that either I've been given or I purchased myself, and then we give it away once a month. And I usually like it for it to be, you know, yarn related or crochet related or something like that, just something fun. And I also, when I do that giveaway, I give away one of our project bags. This is a muslin bag, and then we also have the zipper bags that you can use for your crochet hooks and things like that. It's a really nice bag. Has the heart on the back. Okay. And so now we were just giving away this one bag, but now that I have both bags, you can choose. If you're the winner, you can choose between which bag. And if you want to purchase one of those yourself, you can just go to my Etsy channel or my Etsy shop and purchase them through there. It's free shipping and they're super fun to have around. I used to do the t-shirts, but we just had such an issue with sizing that I'm not doing that anymore. All right? So, again, I'm going to let you go. Thank you again so much for being a part of this video today, because I can't do this without all of you. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Oh, great. I can't find the button. There we go. Okay.